Welcome back, everybody. Today we're at the Vancouver Web Fest at the beautiful convention center here in Vancouver. We're here with Katie Micay. She's a Vancouver native, and her colleague Kyle Bown. They're both writers and producers of 25-ish, a new web series out of LA. Well, congrats on the recent success of
Thank you.
25-ish and your other projects too. You're pretty busy at the moment.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff going on.
We have a lot, yeah. We just finished a year with our short film, the Firefly Girls, but that's now up on Vimeo and Amazon Prime.
Oh, great.
So that was fun to kind of take that around. And now we get to do it on the web circuit.
Yeah, exactly.
25-ish.
Being a writer and filmmaker from Vancouver, how did you make your way down to LA? What was your journey?
Well, I went to LMU, Loyola Marymount University, their film production program, a while ago. I graduated 2013, and then that kind of allowed me to make my own network and make at least, I argued to make 2 thesis films, and then you make multiple others, and by then you can kind of get them into festivals, make your group, and then it's much easier to continue making things and getting your name out there once you're post-grad. But yeah, it's all about starting out and kind of getting yourself going. Yeah.
So I recently read that you, when you write, you use life experience.
Yeah.
Would that be your advice to any writer starting out?
I mean, for me, it's really important. I feel like at least a component of it. It doesn't have to, I've never written something that's completely all like, well, I've done different versions of things. But just to have kind of that heart in the theme that's really important to me, and like a lesson that I'm going through in my life is kind of, I feel like, the key that we kind of write from. 25-ish, I turned 25 while we were writing it. So a lot of me is sprinkled in, a lot of like what I was learning and what I was going through is sprinkled in amongst all of our 5 characters and kind of the overarching story.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, like, and you can do, like, it doesn't have to be as 25-ish as, in some ways, directly from Katie's life.
Right.
I put some of my experiences in it. You can do something that's, like, out there and crazy. You just have to find a way in person.
Yeah.
There has to be something about it that you can relate to so that then other people can relate to.
Kind of what it's really about, no matter what the kind of all of the plot and story is, like what the core is, where you're coming from.
25-ish could be set on Mars, but as long as it's still about a group of friends, then you can still relate to it.
Yeah,
100%.
Totally.
Well, you both seem to be doing really well. You're doing your, I'm guessing, your dream job at the moment.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What sparked the QuArTeR life crisis, and why do a lot of young adults put that pressure on themselves or feel that they need to compare themselves to their peers or set deadlines?
Yeah, it's hard right now with social media. It's, I mean, it's hard because you're just constantly seeing everyone's life achievements on a scrolling feed. But yeah, I think the big thing that hit me was, well, you're changing so much and your friends are changing so much that kind of your paths start diverging and you go separate ways, which I found really hard and didn't think would happen. So that's where we started with 25-ish, was originally the core female friendship that had broken up. And then we built out the rest of the world. But then also the other thing is just how everything is possible for so long. And then when you hit 25, you're like, oh, now I need to actually decide what I'm gonna do. And every choice that I make takes me in a totally different path. And like time starts to feel more relevant when you hit 25, you know? You're like, oh, things are progressing in my life and I need to actually land on things, so. Yeah,
and I think in a lot of ways, like, millennials are the first generation that were sort of told their entire lives, you can do whatever you want, you can be whatever you want, you know, you're special, you're unique. And while all of that is true, you can't be everything you want. You know, you can't be an astronaut and, you know, a doctor and a firefighter and a screenwriter. And, you know, there are limitations to what you can do and what you can be. And it's hard to start figuring that out, to be sort of forced to start making those decisions.
How did you both come up with these characters and their backstory?
It started with Rosie and Stella, sort of that, as Katie said, that female friendship. And then we wanted to sort of to make it a longer story, we wanted to give Rosie someone to sort of talk to, someone to have that conversation about her relationship with Stella with. So then Tucker came in. And then we added in
probably Griffin.
Or Griffin,
maybe,
yeah, sorry, the actor was Ben. Griffin.
It's been a
We
while.
added in Griffin
Yeah.
to give Rosie sort of this other level of this guy who she had dated, who she wasn't dating anymore, to sort of add this dimension to it. And then to just sort of twist everything one more time, we added in the character of Vikram,
Yes.
who, to spoil the first episode a little bit, shows up
Yeah.
on this weekend accidentally invited or uninvited. And
Yeah,
they're not
basically
expecting
it's
it.
the thing where you go to type in an email address to invite someone and you hit the first two
Yeah.
letters and it becomes something else.
Yeah.
So they had thought they were inviting their friend Vince, but it actually invited their friend Vikram.
Yeah.
And that kind of completely throws everybody off guard.
Yeah, because it's, I mean, I don't know about you, but for me, when like I get back together with my high school friends, we fall back immediately into those old patterns. So having somebody like Vic in there disrupts that pattern. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
instead of just falling back into that, now they have to do things differently and they're facing different things and having to really sort of look at themselves and each other and where they are.
What have you both learned from working on past projects and basically bigger productions?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that at a certain point, you have to just stop working on the project.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even watching it here, I'm like, you know, I wish we had put in a line here. I wish
yeah.
maybe this scene was just a little shorter, but like at a certain point, you have to just stop and let
Yeah.
it go, because if you keep tweaking, eventually you'll just,
Well, and you want to be
never
like
done.
generating material. That's the other
Yeah.
thing is like we could play with it forever and have it maybe
Yeah.
be perfect, but at the same time you want to get eyes on your stuff and continually be creating things.
yeah, you have to finish. You
Yeah.
have to, and you have to show people you can
Yeah.
finish. You know,
Exactly.
that you're not gonna just sit and tool with it until it's absolutely perfect. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes good enough is even better.
So how has the digital age changed the game?
I mean, it's still kind of evolving, I feel like.
Yeah,
And we're
it's
still
still
finding
being
our
figured
place.
It's not enough now to just be like a writer or a director or an actor. You have to also have like a social media following and like put yourself out there, sort of try to build your own brand. Like I've heard a lot of stories of people like, especially actors up for jobs who are, you know, great and perfect for the role, but maybe they don't have enough of social media following, so
Yeah.
they'll end up going with somebody else. So it's, you
Yeah.
sort of have to have all of that.
But it's nice because you can, like, we can just decide to make a web series and make it and get it out there
Yes.
to, like, show what we can do, which is really nice, especially because we both want to be in television, so this allowed us to do something in the episodic format. Because we come, like, I come from making short films. We just made the Firefly Girls, which is amazing, but it didn't allow us to do the episodic kind of schedule. So this way we got to make 5 episodes, show how we can do that structure, and be able to just put it out there and get attention, which
Exactly.
was great.
Plus now you
Yeah.
can do it for a lot cheaper and quicker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of the barriers to making content have come down.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. Even something like this in the past,
Yeah,
it takes
right?
so much
Yeah.
longer and more bigger cameras and
Yeah, you need
Yeah.
a studio and a satellite shot.
exactly
Yeah.
right. So
Totally.
yeah. And you both have gotten pretty creative with the promotion and the show
Yes.
with social media and stuff. It's great. I
Yeah,
love
we try.
We try.
We're learning. Yeah.
it. Who do you look up to in the industry, and do you have any mentors?
I mean, I was very fortunate that I currently am working for and spent a long time on the show Pretty Little Liars, working for a writer, creator, showrunner, producer, director, etc. Marlene King, who she had done movies before that, and then she did Pretty Little Liars, and she's sort of, you know, taken me under her wing and helped me navigate everything, and learned an insane amount, and it's been incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I just have so many shows that I look up to, and then now I've been really lucky. I'm on the writer's office side of This Is Us, and so my boss, KJ Steinberg, I'm newer. I've only been there just under a year, but she's like an amazing writer and an amazing creator, so I'm excited to learn even more from her. It's been fantastic. But yeah, in terms of other people that we may not know, I mean, there's so many. I don't
Yeah.
even. Yeah, I
I
came into
mean-
this loving Friends. I got into this because I
Yeah.
love Friends. So there's just so many shows that I look up to that it's interesting.
I mean, the funny thing is, I wanted to do film until I got to college, and I watched sort of almost at the same time West Wing and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And then something clicked in my head. I'm like, oh, this is an actual thing. Like, television is more
Yeah.
than just like watching an episode. Like, it's an ongoing story, and you really can dive in with characters more than you can in a 90-minute or I guess now 2.5-hour film.
Yeah.
So I think those two, maybe more than anyone, are like why I decided television instead of
Yeah.
another medium.
Showrunner is a pretty intense job. Is that like the end game? Is that your goal? The end goal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
In
love to
charge?
have my own show. Yeah. Yeah, at some point for sure.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on tonight and good luck.
Thank
And
you.
we look forward to seeing more from you both. And again, thanks for being on the show.
No,
Thanks
thank you for
us.
having us.
All right, thanks everybody for watching. All of their links will be in our descriptions. And please like and share their stuff, and please like and share our stuff. And see you next time. Thank you.
What's your story, Vancouver?
Our city, our stories.